Blackmore.
What is up, everyone? Blackmore 2323 here, back at it again, bringing you another episode. It is time for one of the most highly requested characters to go over on the show. The swag daddy of the Tekken universe, the signature white hair and the heartthrob smile, described by Complex Networks Elton Jones as Heihachi's adopted son and the man that invented swagged out martial arts.
Damn. Lee Chaolan. Yeah.
Excellent!
I have a lot to go over with this character. He has nothing but history lore behind him, alongside his fighting style tying with the legendary Bruce Lee himself, Jeet Kune Do. Now hear me out, there is a perfectly good reason of why I feel his fighting style is JKD, and I cannot discuss this without bringing along both martial and forest law, due to them having heavy ties with the influence over Lee Chaolan's fighting style developing in the early Tekken games. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, folks, on this episode of History Behind the Fighting Styles. It is highly speculated that martial law and forest law are Jeet Kune Do practitioners. Their physical appearances, outfits, movesets are obviously heavily inspired by Bruce Lee. In fact, martial and forest's movements and overall fighting style are almost identical to Bruce Lee's, leading to the commonly accepted notion that their fighting style is Jeet Kune Do. Strangely, this was never stated directly by Namco or any other official source though, and their fighting style is simply listed as martial arts. Lee Chaolan is also a possible Jeet Kune Do practitioner. In earlier games, his fighting style was listed as a mixture of Mishima-style fighting karate and his own style of martial arts, but his actual moveset was literally an exact replica, almost down to the T, of martial law's moveset in earlier games. Since originally Lee was a clone character to fill up the character slots at 1 and 2. In lore, Lee was said to have trained with Marshall prior to the events of the first game, bringing back the theory that his personal fighting style may actually be based on Jeet Kune Do. And I feel I can back that up too as well. In later games, his fighting style now simply listed as martial arts, just like martial and forest's, becoming more and more different into his own personal style, still retaining the basic characteristics of Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do, Way of the Intercepting Fist, often abbreviated as JKD, is a hybrid martial arts system and philosophy of life founded by the martial artist Bruce Lee. He often referred to it as the art of expressing the human body in his writings and in interviews. Through his studies, Lee came to believe that styles had become too rigid and unrealistic. The real combat was spontaneous, and that a martial artist cannot predict it, only react to it. Lee stated that his martial art concept does not add more and more things on top of each other to form a system, but rather selects the best thereof. The metaphor Lee borrowed from Chan Buddhism was of constantly filling up a cup of water and then emptying it, used for describing Lee's philosophy of casting off what is essential. The final result was what he considered to be the bare combat essentials, Jeet Kune Do. Every situation in fighting or in everyday life is varied. To obtain victory, therefore, it is essential to not be rigid but to be fluid and able to adapt to any situation. Lee compared it to being like water. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
This is what it is, okay? I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Lee's theory behind this was that one must be able to function in any scenario one is thrown into and should react accordingly. One should know when to speed up or slow down, when to expand and when to contract, and when to remain flowing and when to crash. It is the awareness that both life and fighting can be shapeless and ever-changing that allows one to be able to adapt to those things instantaneously and bring forth the appropriate solution. Jeet Kune Do teaches that the best defense is a strong offense, hence the principle of an intercepting fist. For someone to attack another hand-to-hand, the attacker must approach the target. This provides an opportunity for the attacked person to intercept the attacking movement. To reach me, you must move to me. Your attack offers me an opportunity to intercept you. This means intercepting an opponent's attack with an attack of one's own instead of simply blocking them. When confronting an incoming attack, the attack is parried or deflected, and a counterattack is delivered at the same time. This is more effective than blocking and counterattacking in sequence. Jeet Kune Do seeks to waste no time or movement, teaching that the simplest things work best. Economy of motion is the principle by which Jeet Kune Do practitioners achieve efficiency, directness, and simplicity. This is meant to help the practitioner conserve both energy and time, two crucial components in a physical confrontation. After so much revamping this character has gone through, this stylish fighter is not going anywhere anytime soon. I can't picture any future Tekken titles without his addition. If you made it this far, I would like to say thank you for taking the time of watching the video. I appreciate every single one of you for your support over the series. I'm just happy to be able to get these videos out before Thanksgiving week to you. Everyone out there, please stay safe, enjoying your time with families, or gaming in the comfort of your home. This is Blackmore 2323. Catch y'all next time. Peace.
You already know who the fuck it is.